All right. Hello. Good evening. This is High Priestess Jamila. And I wanted to come and speak about something really, really quickly. I won't take up too much of y'all time. I know that y'all busy. Y'all have a life, right? It feels so. Oh, God, I hate to be catty. I am so damn catty lately. And that's usually not who I am. But it kind of feels good to be a witch that is also a social media influencer, to where I don't expect for, whatever is happening to like take over your life and you have to be consumed with this drama all the time for me to get y'all attention. Yeah. So I got a couple of things I want to talk about. What was the name of this? Magic over the mundane, spirit over matter. Yes, that's what we're going to talk about today. Um, and this is one of the things that you learn when you start to use your spiritual abilities. Okay. And you know what? I got to talk about being a psychic. Okay. Being a psychic, believe it or not, is mundane. It's a part of the mundane. Although there are a lot of witches who are naturally psychic. Okay. Hey, one EQL. There's a lot of witches who are naturally psychic, and then of course we do use forms of divination. You don't have to have super duper developed psychic freaking superpowers to practice witchcraft, though. It's like a totally different type of thing. Okay, so I feel that there are a lot of people who really have these psychic abilities, and I think that we all have a certain percentage, but some people really, really develop their psychic abilities so that they can get in your head, so that they can fuck with your subconscious, your unconscious, and your consciousness. Okay. So that's one of the mundane things that you're going to learn to overcome as you learn your craft. Okay. I have been in some sticky ass situations to where I have been on my knees saying, Lord Ganesha, please, oh my God, release me from this. And Lord Ganesha always shows up, of course, because Lord Ganesha loves me, right? But there's been, the thing of it is that the people of the mundane, and these are your enemies, these are people that go against you. They don't want you to believe in magic. They don't want you to believe in your magic specifically. But really, it's okay for them to believe in it. They may not be skillful at it, which is why they're doing a bunch of mundane crap, that of which we've been talking about. But I deleted all of that stuff off of my other channel. I just really am not going to feed it anymore. We're going to let that dry out like it's supposed to. Anyway, magic over the mundane, guys. I don't care what the fuck the situation is. There are certain things, and a lot of you guys, you'll ask about your ancestors. You'll say, "Oh, the ancestors, the ancestors." They can do a lot. They can, okay? However, you have to help them out. You do, especially when you're like I said, I have seen so many situations get turned around with just a little bit of magic. Some situations require more. Some situations require a little bit of sorcery. Never, ever, ever believe that your mundane problems cannot be dealt with magic. It completely trumps the mundane. Okay. I mean, of course, there's certain situations where we could go to the extreme because a lot of people are extremists. Oh, yeah. What if you get into a car accident and die? Or no, joking. What if you into a car accident and get a big gash? Huh? Is magic going to help with that? Magic is the energy behind your body being able to heal, boo boo. Some people heal faster than others. Okay. But if you needed to use a little magic to heal yourself, it would definitely heal you. But a lot of people believe in the mundane, which is why they do mundane things. And people that have an understanding of that, there's no situation that they can't face and overcome. Okay. You can always I've done it. I have done it, y'all. And I'm going to tell y'all something, man. Oh, man. Let me tell y'all something. All of y'all have the ability to do it inside of you. Some of y'all need a little help. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, no matter what. No matter what, especially when your spirit guides are telling you, instructing you, you have to listen. And that's why I want to teach magic. I do, because that way I can tell you all of the little rituals that you can do, all of the sorcery that you can do to get yourself through those situations that are difficult, especially. Okay. If we didn't have the mundane, which we appreciate the mundane, absolutely. We love the simple things in life. We love our sense of smell, the smell of flowers, the smell of the rain, our hearing allows us to hear the raindrops and to listen to music. You know, those things are considered to be the mundane because they are of a physical thing. Well, music, not really. It's not physical. Music is very spiritual. But, things that are physical are considered to be mundane. So, when you put that magic element in there, which is also witchcraft, you got it going on. Completely can change the entire reality around you. If you are dealing with a situation to where you feel as though if your foresight is showing you at all that you are going to end up in a place where you don't want to freaking be, there's either one or two things going on. Either you need to learn how to focus, especially while you're doing spell work, or somebody with a damn psychic ability is trying to tap into your fucking head. Okay. And people will do that. Some people got all day, they just got all day to sit and meditate and, oh, that's so wonderful for them. But, there's always a spell for that, and y'all know us witches, we just love our fucking skull candles. Okay. We love our fucking skull candles. Okay. Because, honestly, somebody with a psychic ability that has nothing else better to do, know how they say it, the idle hands are a devil's workshop. Well, idle mind is definitely the devil's workshop because a lot of times people, all they have all day long is to sit around and envision negative, bad things happening to you. And that doesn't mean that they are a sorceress. That doesn't mean that that's the reason why, you know what you can do with a person like that, and they hate us witches for it, but us witches have had to do that shit. Okay. uh oh, you want to use your psychic abilities against me? Wow. And a lot of us witches are psychics, but you don't have to be a psychic to get a message from spirit, right? You don't have to be a psychic to to be able to think and to figure things out. So that's why we have our skull candles sometimes, and we'll drive a knife through that skull candle of our enemies and light that mug up, the pins, and turn them into a pinhead, and they just be over there just oh man, just rocking it out, man. Okay. But then again, sometimes people use magic to hurt people that don't deserve it, to control people. That's where you go and you learn. It's always an opportunity of learning. Okay. Especially when you're supposed to be practicing. A lot of you guys that have a lot of spiritual problems, you're supposed to be practicing the craft. Okay, and a lot of psychics don't really like to do rituals. They don't like to do rituals. They just kind of want to read, which is fine. um but there are bad psychics out there. It is okay. There are bad psychics that will constantly try to make a connection. um I believe that they call it's another form of telepathy, right? And it's really annoying to a lot of witches, which is why we burn a lot of herbs. We have crystals and stones and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we do. And, so you have to know that you do. And the reason why I bring up psychism is because people that are psychic, they will sit and they will use their vision, and they don't change the reality around you. What they do is they get in your head, is what they do. They get in your head, and that is how they are able to do it through you. Through you is how they're able to do things to you. Okay. So magic and sorcery trumps that. Whether or not it's psychic vision or if they're working with spirits or both. Yeah. So it's really, honestly, it makes no sense. People's petty differences is amongst the mundane. Some people will, honestly, I run a full service witchy business. I don't have time to sit around and think about people that I don't like or that don't like me. I don't have time for that. I don't sit around and think about them. But there are some people out there that are just sitting there thinking about you and thinking about you and thinking about you and those people are your enemies, and they are trying to use this like this telepathy on you so that they can get in your head and sort of convince you that they've done something or that they've won or that there's no hope, or that, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and I'm going to make it happen. But then the shit starts happening to them. Then it starts happening to them, and they're like, what the fuck? What the hell is going on? Why? Whoa, what's happening here? What's going on? Right? Yeah. Yeah. And it just is what it is. People need to learn to leave other people alone. So I wanted to come to you guys, especially those of you that are interested in being students. People that don't believe in spirit over matter. And there's a lot of people that truly don't have that belief because it's never worked for them. And they want to convince you. And the reason why it doesn't work for them is because either they don't believe in it, they don't really believe in themselves. Or yeah, I think that like when it comes to what you're doing, you're using herbs of the earth, you're using resources of the earth. Don't ever take that for granted. And you got to be prepared. You have to be prepared for people and how they may react to your magics, especially if you're in a battle with them. And sometimes they won't react at all because spirit will just, that's when a higher power, a hierarchy, basically will show the fuck up and be like, hey, it's time for you to pay your dues. Okay. They don't want you to believe in it because they don't. But I can tell you, it's never failed me. Glamour. That's why I have the picture of the mirror, because glamour to me is another psychic trick. Yep. Mm-hmm. That I like. I love mirrors. I do. I love mirrors. Love, love, love mirrors. And mirrors are very, very, very useful in magic. Okay. So, um, when you're thinking in terms of what they're doing, and the fact that people, they either have time to sit around and think and use their vision, but sometimes when people do that, they have to learn a lesson. Especially when it's so much going on around them that they can't sit and meditate at all. Interruptions, chaos, spirits interrupting them from their dirty deeds as well. Okay. If you are a person that's able to sit back and manifest positive things for yourself and for others, well, you know what? Consider yourself to be lucky. But it's some of them sitting around trying to manifest negative things for people, and they just gazing out. They gazing out at oceans and lakes. Last time I was at a lake, I went to go look at a lake house, and I could see my reflection in the lake. And I envisioned all kinds of wonderful things that had nothing to do with negative. See? But there's some people, they're gazing into their gazing balls, and they're gazing into their waters. Okay? Because a water vessel can be used for certain things. A vessel of water. um, so, I mean, and so what? If they actually believed in sorcery and magic, they wouldn't be doing the things that they're doing, which is making things harder on themselves. Nobody should ever do things to make things harder on themselves. And when they mess with you, especially if you're a student or if you're a client of mine, if they mess with you, oh, they gonna realize it. That's why they always mad. They always mad. Okay. And some people are just controlling. Some people can't let go. So that's when you end up with somebody long term. And so when their time is up, their time is up. Right. And there are some people who will gaze upon Google Earth, and they will send out psychic messages to certain areas. I mean, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can do that. That's, to me, it's all child's play when it comes to things that we do with our mind. But when it comes to actually manifesting something tangible out of your magic, it can be very, very friggin' off putting to some people, because there's some people that they can cause chaos, they can do all these things, but they cannot manifest tangible things out of magic. Okay. And, you know, so when people are not able to do that, and part of the reason is because either their ego is blocking them, or either their jealousy is blocking them, or either their mental illness is blocking them. And so what they'll do is They'll try to become an obstacle to others purposely, and they'll just be purposely doing shit and doing all kind of craziness, and um, being that I'm a Cancer, I see every goddamn thing. I see what they thinking. You heard me? I see what they thinking. I don't hear what they thinking. I see what they fucking thinking. Okay. And they thinking about you negatively. And that, my friend, is a psychic attack. A psychic attack is anybody trying to get in your subconscious or your unconscious or your consciousness. That shit is mundane. That shit is mundane. A lot of us witches are healing the earth. So if you're not trying to heal Mother Earth and appreciate her fruits, you ain't on the right place. You ain't in the right place. Okay. So just saying. And a lot of people are not. They're causing a lot of destruction. They're causing a lot of wounds on Mother Earth. They're wounding Mother Earth, actually. Yeah. You know how, like, when you see people destroy personal property or people that vandalize houses and vandalize buildings and stuff, I never, ever, ever participate in no crap like that. Know how when they start looting and stuff, when they become an outrage, here's the problem with that energetically, which is why I always rebuke that energy. You know that it took Earth's resources to build that property, right? It took Earth's resources. So when you have an intent to waste Earth's resources, okay? When you have an intent to do that and you're just going to waste Earth's resources, oh, I want to vandalize this, I want to vandalize that, I want to block you because you can't do any home improvements, I want to do this, I want to do that. You're being very disrespectful to Mother Earth. You know, it just is what it is. It took wood and trees had to die. It took concrete and bricks and things that naturally occurred on the earth to be broken down and turned into something else. And so, that's the one thing that, you know, I come from a group of empresses, okay? So if you're an empress, then you have a connection with nature like that. A lot of them don't. They just, oh, go tear that up or go tear that up or go tear that up. Or, when you're breaking the structure, you know, it's not good. So, a lot of people really don't understand that. And see, that is different from, it may seem, everything that naturally occurs on this earth is worth a lot of money to us earthlings. It's worth a lot of money. It's worth a lot. Okay. So when Mother Earth sees that you're doing that, mm-mm, don't do that. Okay. Because all of that is a part of the magic, but it's only, when it comes from that perspective, when you think from Mother Earth's resources perspective, it's 100%. But when it comes to that's the thing of it is, that's what it is. And when you think about spirit over matter, it's also controlling how you physically feel. It's your physical feelings that you're getting within your body. It's the physical sensations. That has a lot to do with spirit over matter as well. Because of the certain energies that people can send us. When was the last time somebody psychically attacked you and you just felt sick or tight? See, spirit over matter to convince you that something is real that is not real, to fool somebody. Okay. And that's what they want to do. They want to fool people. Okay. So they'll try to trick you, you know, them trickster people. Okay. Tricksters, right? Because they want to affect your mind. If a person can affect your mind, and it's hard to understand that, a lot of y'all got folks sitting around all day meditating, trying to remote view you, trying to see what you're doing. You know, put some poppy seeds around it. Poppy seeds don't just cause chaos. Poppy seeds are very, very, very important. You know why? Because if somebody's constantly watching you, you can put poppy seeds even around your property, even around you can sprinkle it around your home. Guess what it's going to do? It's going to cause confusion to your enemies. But you have to tell the poppy seeds exactly what you want them to do. Okay? You have to tell them what you want them to do. So when it comes to magic, you have to think deeper, you know. Like, for example, if you got some fool remote viewing you or trying to get in your head or trying to do things all day long because they ain't got nothing else better to do because they obsessed with you, you know, take them poppy seeds, consecrate them to send confusion, and and just very negative energy back to that person. You mix some graveyard dirt with it and put some spirit in that too. Oh man, they'll be sitting over there wishing they wasn't born a psychic. Being a psychic has nothing to do with spirit, also. It doesn't. A shaman is not going to say, hey, I'm a psychic. They're going to say, I'm a shaman. They're not going to say they're a psychic. Psychic is somebody that can tell your future, but the future can always change, can it? Now, a psychic can see current events, but you know what? Us psychics, we are not supposed to pry unless we're asked to for a purpose. So those people that are using psychic gifts against you, they have to answer for that because they're not supposed to be snooping. They're not. And you may think, oh, well, she's a psychic and she's doing this, and I have to surrender to this. No, you don't. Okay. Because you're not watching them. You don't, I mean, you've already done your work. You did it, it's done. You can focus on other things that you love in life. So please understand with that when it comes to, and I hate to say this, but it's like it boils down to the psychic versus the witch. It does. It comes down to it. If you got a witch with psychic powers, if you got a psychic witch, oh my God, a psychic needs to go and have a seat. For you give them nightmares and headaches and make their eye jump. you know, I'm just telling y'all what I know, man. It is what it is. And people be really thinking they be really trying it, you know. So, a lot of people like to listen to the frequencies and stuff, and I listen to them too, when I need to. You can listen to them when you're cleaning or just when you're sleeping. But sometimes you want to listen to something else. You can't just be listening to frequencies 24/7. That's just like if you got a psychic shield, you know, frequency going. You can't sit and listen to that 24 hours per day. They are useful though. They are because they can help stop those psychic attacks, but you got to do something about it because you could be out somewhere and start getting attacked, like psychic attacked. Okay, so psychic attacks can go very deep, but when it comes to magic and sorcery, oh my God, I'd have to tell any psychic, hey babe, you need to go and focus on something else. Oh well, I'm obsessed with you because you're so great, Jamila. Go think about somebody else and forget about me then, because they can't stop thinking about you, but they have this negative thought in their mind, this negative foresight. And see, that's the whole thing about it is that I don't let nobody think for me. There's some people that let people think for them. Even if I were married, I wouldn't let my husband think for me either, unless I need, sometimes you may ask somebody their opinion or say, hey, honey, can I ask you a question about this? Or, the mundane things. But when it comes to having a sharp mind and understanding that, when it comes to psychics, it's not going to happen. Okay. And what'll happen is that when you hold that mirror up to that psychic, when you hold that mirror up to that person that is meditating, when you put up that mirror, guess what happens? All of their psychic insight gets reflected back to them. All of their psychic vision gets reflected back to them. All of it. And guess what? Now they are manifesting their psychic vision, but it's working against them. Okay. So that'll give them, a little push. Hey, maybe you should stop thinking about me. Yeah, man. Uh-huh. All these negative thoughts, then they'll listen to manifest the reality or manifest something. And they'll be trying to manifest fucked up shit in your life instead of good things for them. So when you do that, I have had like 10 altars going at once. I can set up an altar in a fucking heartbeat, a New York minute. There's certain clues in the cards also. The Four of Swords, Queen of Swords, the World card will let you know when somebody is using psychic vision on you. And like I said, most of us have a freaking life. We can't sit around all day and watch people. So that's why you got to do what you got to do. That way, people are not able to do that. I have had more problems with psychics than anybody else, than even with witches, especially psychics that don't have anything else to do. You know, I got to get off of here in a few minutes because I got some important stuff to do. They ain't got nothing important to do, especially those. Now, if it's a psychic that's doing a reading for somebody, or they use their psychic gifts to actually help people, that's different. But people with psychic abilities have given me a lot of problems, and the reason why is because they don't have shit else better to do. They don't have nothing else better to do. I'm gonna try not to cuss too much on this channel or at all, okay? Because that cussing on your channel can get your channel blacklisted. So, I'll try not to be curseful, doing all that cursing and stuff over here. So y'all just learned something new. What do you do to stop a psychic? What do you do to stop a psychic attack? What's the best way to do it? I used to get psychically attacked to where it just kind of felt like the person was like trying to put a noose around my neck or something, or like one of those devices, like a dog collar or something, like a collar, a ring. And I don't feel like that no more because um, you do have to protect yourself from psychics, especially if they have that vampire gene in them too, because it'll make their glamour stronger. And witches have survived eons with all sorts of adversity and creatures crawling this earth. Some of y'all witches do have some kind of vampire bloodline. You may be a hybrid or something, okay? And you may have that too, but you use your glamour for good things, you know? You don't use your abilities for anything like that, you know what I'm saying? But there's some people, they don't know how to learn. They don't know how to learn their lessons. But that's all they doing. And a lot of them will feel good about what they're doing because they're not actually practicing witchcraft, which is funny to me. It's just so funny. You know, I don't think most witches really understand the severity and the gravity to how powerful they are. I'm not talking about a psychic that's hiding behind the Bible, being evil. I'm talking about the witches. I'm talking about the witches that go hard in the fucking paint. Because that negative energy can be like a bear attacking you, and you're just like, "No, you're not. It's not an actual bear in front of you or a lion. It's somebody trying to project an idea to your mind, and you give it power. You give them power over you." Okay. So, like I said, using common logic, a psychic is not always a witch, and a witch is not always a psychic. It's not to say that a witch can't develop her psychic abilities. Anybody can. But it's just the point, you know, that, if we ever get to the point where we don't think that ritual is important in spells, then the witchy community is truly in trouble. It is. It's in trouble, because it's very, very necessary. And it's the best. It's the cream of the crop. It's the creme de la creme. Okay, it's the creme de la creme, babe, is what it is. And that will never change. That will be a fact that will never change. So, and again, I'm not talking shit about psychics. That's not what I'm doing, but I'm giving y'all information about people that have psychic abilities and use them for evil. Yes, anything can be used for evil. Okay. That's just like money is being used for evil. Guns are being used for evil. Things that are supposed to help us and set us free can trap us. Okay. So as long as you remember that and you don't let that shit, because they'll be like, they'll know what's going on in your life and they'll just be sending this psychic message to you. Neener, 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 neener. You do something to them and they get that phone call or either some shit start going awry and they start noticing some stuff and then they'll be like, oh snap. Then they'll want to think about something else. They'll be like, oh, maybe maybe I need to get my mind out the gutter. Perhaps I should get my mind out of the gutter. Okay. So that's why I was telling y'all, learn your craft. Because a person with psychic abilities is almost demonic. Then if they get to meditating with Azazel, don't nobody want me meditating or calling to Azazel. Oh my God, I would wreck shit. Because I'm a psychic witch. I don't mess with witches anyway. I have a great respect for witches. Somebody identifying themselves as a psychic witch, oh baby, baby, no. Now I'm not gonna be scared of them or intimidated by them if they attack me, but I'm just not gonna go around messing around with them. I'm not gonna do it. Mm-mm. Cause I just be making things harder for myself, and I don't like to make things harder. I like for things to be real easy. Don't y'all like things to be easy? I don't like nothing that's hard to do. That's why I don't stay in bad relationships with men for too long. This too hard. I am an easy breezy cover girl. I ain't got time for that mess. Bye, boy. Bye. Screw that struggle. Mm-mm. No, sir. No can do. No, 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 no. Okay. So, and witchcraft makes it easier for you. You can bind your intent. You ain't got to keep doing stuff over and over again. Do the work. You know it's going to work, right? Okay. Because that's your skill level. Your skill level is sorcery and witchcraft. I'm more skilled at the craft than I am with psychism because my mind will float all off somewhere in another realm to where I'll be running through a field of damn lavender and shit. Okay, man, sometimes I go and visit the Fountain of Youth. My mind will go on a great escape, especially, boy, you give me a little bit of bud. I have a little bit of bud to smoke. And I be in my element or whatever, and I be chilling. Some people, weed makes them a little paranoid. It started making me feel that way until I goofered some folk. Yeah, weed don't make me paranoid. It makes some other people paranoid. People that, if you a weed smoker for years and all of a sudden bud is making you get paranoid, that means somebody that kind of might be, they might be in your spirit. Something, you like all of a sudden you like, where am I? Oh my God, I'm too high. And it's like, what the fuck, man? Chill out, man. Hey man, chill out. You want some mushrooms, man? For real. But it just is one of those things. But so, oh man, and boy, they'll try to dig deep in you. Almost to the point where some people will try to possess you. And I've seen people that have the ability to possess people, but I've also seen them people get binded terribly. Oh my God. Them gods don't be playing there. bothering folk too much, and you know, just with the same crap, and people get tired of you. People get just tired. Okay. Okay, no, and your girl, can't nobody say your girl bothered them all day. I'll come on here and say what I gotta say. I'll get off of here. I ain't got nothing. I'm not gonna think about you because I already did the necessary work and took the necessary action to take care of you of what you did. Okay, and that's just the reality of it. And what they gonna do? Argue with you? Okay. So, anywho, I'm able to go back live on TikTok, but I don't think I feel like it. I think I'm gonna record some readings for TikTok. Yeah, I'm in the mood to do some readings. I love being a psychic. I just don't rely upon it. I can make money. Yeah, I can make a lot of money with my psychic gifts. Hell yeah. Have done it. Okay. But my spirits they kind of, like what my spirits ended up doing is they ended up gearing me more towards spiritual cases. I used to do a lot of readings on a daily basis, right? Like a lot. And they were strictly readings. People just had, I still do because I actually, you know, um, but my spirit started to more so gear me over towards, probably like maybe the second or third month that I started doing readings. I immediately started doing spell work for people immediately. I didn't have to beg, I didn't have to talk them into it. I don't do that mess. You know what I'm saying? And it was the path that I was meant to take. And I think that if you do have psychic abilities, I think that if you want to keep them and you want to keep yourself sane, don't go using your psychic abilities to try to get um, revenge on somebody or to do black magic psychic attacks on people. You know, some stuff you just got to let go, you know. But because a witch is going to be much more skilled than a psychic. And by the time a psychic has learned witchcraft and totally connected to their power and their abilities, they're not going to be thinking about doing stupid stuff, you know? Anyway, so that's that. I'm not trying to cause any division between any psychics or any witches on here, but I do think that it's insane that we've got a witch war going on. And then I also think here's what I know for a fact. I would not. Hey, John Lane. Yeah, you late because I'm about to get up out of here. Here's one thing that I wouldn't suggest, like people being angry at a witch that's on here. Like for example, if somebody just randomly came up to me and asked me to attack one of the witches on here and she didn't have a good reason, I'm gonna turn that person away. I'm not going to take the money. I'm going to say, no, I'm not going to attack her for what the fuck you trying to get me involved in a war, a unjustified war that I know I would lose because that's unethical. I back my witches up. I ain't about to do that, you know? So, because, and it don't make no sense. For me, it's always been plenty of clients to the point where, and a lot of my rivals that I've had out here, ain't nobody ever came to me to ask me do no damn work on them. Not one, not a one. Okay. Now, if it was warranted, Possibly. Like if my spirit said, oh, well, that witch is attacking you, then that would be different, you know? But, never have I ever. And so it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't, because especially some of these scam witches, they weaken the collective of witches, They do, they weaken the collective. So just be careful with that. But I can tell you that I've been attacked by people that were, not the best people, stuck in the mundane. And no matter what they've done, no matter what they've said, magic and witchcraft has never failed me and it will never. No matter what the situation is. Now, once a judge has given a judgment to you, like if you standing in the court, you can file an appeal and do magic to overturn it. But, some things have to just play themselves out, right? If you chop a bunch of people up and go to prison, Jamila can't help you. You're going to have to serve your time. So that's different. Once there's a judgment put into place, it's kind of difficult to reverse that. Okay. But if you catch it beforehand, now if you chop a bunch of people up, or if you caught on camera chopping up kittens and puppies and shit, and y'all know that's illegal around these pots, and somebody see it and they're an animal lover, you know, uh, yeah, no, okay. Um, but you know, um, if it's something civil, or you know what I'm saying, you can change the circumstances, right, of that situation. And so it just, it is what it is. Okay. That's it. You hear a lot of, I hear a lot of magi saying it is what it is. Because that's just what it is. Now, yeah, as a witch, there are times when a spell either doesn't work or it takes a while to manifest. Sometimes when it doesn't work, that means that there's a better path for you. But certain things like essentials and stuff, like if you guys need protection for your home, or you need to manifest money for some kind of essential and necessity of life, you bet your sweet ass that spirit gonna move that. You bet your sweet ass, okay? Excuse me. Why do I cuss so much? I'm gonna end up getting freaking. I need to quit cussing so much. God dang it! I might take this down because I'm really trying to be good on this channel. Anywho, and a broom is very powerful too. Like y'all just don't know how powerful a broom is. Brooms are very, very powerful. They are. Okay. Cats are powerful. Cats, oh my God. Oh wow. Nothing is more magical than a cat. It don't even have to be a black cat. It can be any cat. That's why most witches have cats. Okay. Your familiars can come to you through a dog. I've had them do that. But mainly cats. And you can tell when it's a familiar because that cat will be all loving on you. Oh my God. My cat be loving. That cat love me so much. And she give me my cat, she give me too much love. I be like, girl, will you? Can I have some breathing space? She just be right up in my face, just, you know. And I'll be thinking, is this the invasion of the cat people or something? What's wrong with this cat? Yeah, yeah. Cats are very, very magical. Their hair, their bones, their whiskers, they're just their whole aspect. They're very, very powerful creatures. And you know, and they are associated with mystery. Enough said. Enough said. Okay. So, so many some and you know what, when you are in that magic and not the mundane, because even though I know I live in a physical reality, of course, but my physical reality is constantly shaped by spirit, right? It is. That's just like some chaos ensued earlier this morning. I got to go downstairs and smoke out the house and do all that stuff. Got to wait for this to finish processing. But I got to do that. And then, so, but for me, since I do this for a living, okay, I'm constantly in spirit. Okay. All right, y'all. I will see y'all later. Or y'all, I'm looking forward to this summer solstice that is coming up. I'm not doing a group ritual. I'm not doing a group ritual. I am actually gathering my coven, and my apprentices for the coven. But we are going to have a celebration. I got to get my summer solstice altar. I got to get that popping and banging. I think I'm going to do that tomorrow, though. Because I'm a little tired. I got one other thing I need to do. And then I'm going to take a shower and relax. So I will be seeing y'all later. Okay. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Have a good one. Bless, bless, y'all.